Let's work through our revision sheet, getting ready for your end of semester Year 8 exam. So the first one is to convert a mixed number, so a whole number and a fraction, to a decimal. So our 3, it's going to stay as a whole number. Okay, now our 1/5 looks like that. Okay, and to get it to a percent, I guess we have to consider it as something out of 100, because that's what a percent is, isn't it? Percent is something out of 100 per 100. So we have to look at this and say, well, 5 multiplied by 20 gets us to something out of 100, and what we do to the top we have to do to the bottom. So we can see 20 out of 100, which tells us to put 2 in our tenths column and 0 in our hundredths column for 3.2 as our answer. Or you can take your calculator and you can say 1 divided by 5 equals 0.2. So there's your 0.2 sitting there. Right, this was our deeper knowledge from term 3, the conversions. But you can have a calculator and type in 1 divided by 5 to give you your 0.2. 6/20 as a percentage, so this is where we have to consider 6 out of 20 and try to get it to something out of 100. So we say, well, 20 times 5 gets us to 100, so we have to multiply this by 5 as well, so we get 30 out of 100. Okay, our answer is 30%. Okay, 30 out of 100. So it's like if you get 6 out of 20 for a test, you've achieved 30%. Or you can go 6 divided by 20 equals times 100 to get you 30%. Okay, so 6 divided by 20 equals times 100, 30%. Alright, question 3 is converting 118% to a decimal. So this is over 100%, isn't it? So if you think about 100% being the whole, okay, so that's our whole, the 1 point something, the 1 is representing 100% of something. But we've got more than 100%, we've got 118%, so your 18 goes there for a percentage that's higher than 100. So your 100% is your whole 1, and then your 18% is your little bit more than the whole 1 or the whole 100%. Alright, 112% to a fraction. So we need to keep it as a fraction. 112 over 100. That's pretty good. Okay, then you can divide both top and bottom by 2 to get 56 over 50. And then hopefully you can see that they are both even numbers, so they can be divided by 2 again. So with your fractions, it's really the best to get it into its simplest form. This is pretty good, a good start, okay, but fractions are most correct when they're simplified. A team of 10 players. Okay, half of them have red boots. So it must be 5 players have red boots. 2 have yellow boots, and how many have white boots? So we've accounted for, using this fraction, we've accounted for 5 with red boots, 2 with yellow boots. So 5 plus 2 gives us 7 out of the 10. So therefore 3 players must have the white boots. 49% of 300. So 49% is 49 divided by 100, okay, times your 300, which has come from this part of the question, 147. Okay, so I'll do that again. You can go 49 divided by 100 to get that percentage to a decimal, and then multiply it by 300 here. Okay, 49 divided by 100 is the percent into a decimal, multiplied by the amount that you're considering is 147. Okay, so similarly this one you could find 10%. Okay, 10% of 250 is 25, and you can times that by 4 to get yourself $100 as your answer. So 10% of 250 is 25, that's 10%, so 10% times 4 to get your 40%, or you can go 40 divided by 100, so that's your 40% into a decimal, multiplied by the amount you're considering, which is 250, and then 100 is your answer there again. So 40 divided by 100 is representing your 40% to give you a decimal, multiplied by the amount you're considering to give you your answer. 132% of 60, so I would look at that as 132%, 132 divided by 100, okay, gives you that, multiplied by the amount we're considering, which is 60, 79.20. Okay, so 132% is like that, 132 over 100. That gives you a decimal conversion to then multiply it by the amount you're considering, and 79.2 is your answer there. Okay, Sarah saved 30% when buying a new dress. The full price was 80. How much did she pay? So we have to find 30%. Some of you don't have to do the 30 divided by 100. Some of you know straight away that 30% is 0.3. Okay, if we multiply that by 80, what we get is $24, but the $24 is 30%. The $24 is your savings. So we have to consider 80 take away the 30%, which in dollar form is 24. 80 take away 30%, which converted to dollars is $24. So 80 take away 20 is 60, take away another 4. She's going to pay $56 for the dress. So some of you know that 30 out of 100 is 0.3. Some of you just type that straight in, multiply it by the amount we're considering, 24. But this time $24 is the amount she's saving and $56 is the amount she's paying. Okay, Jonathan had a goal to get 60% of his upcoming test. He scored 40 out of 60, sorry, 40 out of 70. So 40 divided by 70, so 40 out of 70 is what Jonathan got, which gives you, let's say, approximately 57%. Okay, so we went 40, he got 40 out of 70 for his test. Multiply that by 100, about 57%. 40 out of 70 in a test, as a percent, you multiply it by 100, and it's approximately 57%. So did he reach his goal of 60%? No, he didn't reach his goal. He missed out by about 3%. 85% of an amount, so 85% of 1500 or 1500 will be bigger than that. Okay, false. It has to be bigger than 100% to be bigger than the original amount. The three types of averages are mean, median, and mode. The largest amount take away the smallest amount in a collection of data is the range. Right, Drew asks everyone in the class how many siblings they had, brothers and sisters. There were 28 people in the class. Drew is finding the mean. After adding the total number of siblings together, what would Drew divide by? So let's say he added all of the siblings together and he got 40. Doesn't matter. So the mean is going to equal the total of all the siblings divided by 28. Okay, so the mean is going to equal the total of all the siblings in the class, how many brothers and sisters people say they have all added together, and then you'll divide that by 28, how many people he asked. Okay, I'll stop there because I've learnt from experience a 10-minute video is good, and too much more takes ages to upload on YouTube, so I'll pause there and keep going.